there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait.
Welcome back here to Champion Car Wash Field, game number 2 of this doubleheader. Apologies for those listening on the radio. We were able to figure it out towards the end of that interview with Paxton Burke. Nonetheless, a great interview with a great young man. Again, player interviews this season brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. Expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine. Serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland, Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can always expect more from Evergreen. So, Paxton Burke, he got the win, he got the interview in between games. I mean, what can he not do? The star shortstop, son of the former big leaguer, Jamie Burke. Gotten to talk with him a couple of times over the past few weeks. A great man as well, a Douglas County legend, and son, kind of the next generation. His other son actually just got married last week, and not this weekend that we just had, but the weekend prior. Paxton, he was actually out for those games up in Clackamas because he was at his brother's wedding. And I asked him, I said, hey, is it good to be back? He said, oh, it's so good. For him, he's played so much baseball in his life that it was odd for him to have so many days off, especially with this stretch of baseball ahead where the Dr. Stewarts have not had a day off since last Tuesday. In fact, since last Wednesday, it's been 2 games on Wednesday, 1 game on Thursday, 2 games on Friday, 1 game on Saturday and Sunday, 2 today, 2 tomorrow, 1 game on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Long stretch of games from the 25th of June through the 6th of July. That's how many games in a row for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. The Stewies, an opportunity to go 500 on the season. They are now 8-9. 2-3 in league play. Medford, on the other hand, with the loss in game number 1, a walk-off hit for Cal Robbins. The Mustangs have suffered their 3rd loss of the season. They are 19-3, and they are 5-2 in Area 4 play this season. A loss to Grants Pass, and now a loss to Roseburg on the road. Just got the starting lineups a moment ago, so writing them into our scoreboard. We got one more 3-minute timeout to get in. Missed some breaks at the start of last game, and also in between games we had to go to a break on the radio as well because of the technical difficulties that we had on that interview. So we are going to take a 3-minute timeout. We'll get the starting lineups written in. When we come back, we'll get you those starting lineups here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
D.R. Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back for game number 2 here at Champion Car Wash Field. What a game number 1 was. It was a 5-4 victory for the Dr. Stewarts. They got it done in 7 innings. They scored 4 runs in the first inning, led 4-0 all the way up until the 6th inning. 4 runs came in for the Mustangs in the top half of the 6th inning. 1 run came in for the Dr. Stewarts in the bottom of the 7th inning. An RBI walk-off hit for Cal Robbins to drive in Paxton Burke. Burke had 2 runs in the game with 2 walks. Cal Robbins was 2 for 3 with 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. He had the big walk-off hit in game number 1. Kind of flashbacks towards that first series of the year, the 2 games down in Medford. Roseburg led, and then Medford came back late. It was a different outcome this time. That is the good news. The Dr. Stewarts get it done, and they win in 7 innings. A walk-off hit. Paxton Burke, who scored the game-winning run, also picked up the win. Burke in that game pitched. He came in the 7th inning and threw 1 scoreless inning, 3 up, 3 down, a fly out to right field. A really good play from Taj Flora out in right field. He and Dayton St. Clair collided in right field. Flora somehow hung on for the first out. Could have been extra bases for Easton Curtis. Then Jackson Rosenthal flew out to left field, and then it was a 6-3 ground out. Keller Bloodworth grounding out a 1-2-3 inning for Paxton Burke. Good news is that Taj Flora is okay. He is going to remain in the game for game number 2. Did just get the starting lineup. I have it in for the Medford Mustangs. Leading things off is going to be Easton Curtis, the center fielder. Jackson Rosenthal is the right fielder, batting second. Keller Bloodworth is the shortstop, batting third. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, it is the third baseman, Sean McFall. In the 5-hole, it's Tristan Malari, who had the bases clearing triple in the 6th inning. He's batting fifth. Grady Sickler is going to be in left field in game number 2 after being the DH in game number 1. He is batting sixth. Keegan Painter, the second baseman, he's batting seventh. Batting eighth is Brady Patterson, the catcher. And rounding out the lineup, it's Cade Pedersen, who is the DH in game number 2. The Dr. Stewart's an opportunity in game number 2 to go even 500 on the season, hoping to do it again in game number 2 and come away with a sweep against Medford, go to 3-3 as well in Area 4 play. So that is the starting lineup for the Medford Mustangs. Not a ton of differences between the lineup in game number 1 and the lineup in game number 2. The main difference is that Ty Hellenthal is going to be in left field instead of Fletcher Coleman, and DHing is going to be Cal Robbins. Catching instead of Robbins this time through, it will be Amos Bowers. Bowers is going to be batting in the 8th spot with Ty Hellenthal in the 9th spot. Overall, the rest remains the same. Paxton Burke leading things off, followed by Logan Anderson. Cal Robbins batting third. Daniel Withers is batting fourth. Jake Johnson is batting fifth at first base. Dane St. Clair in center field batting sixth. Taj Flora is the right fielder in the 7th spot. Amos Bowers, as mentioned, batting eighth. And Ty Hellenthal is the 9-hole hitter. Amos Bowers in that 8th spot. It makes me think of the spring. I remember with head coach Troy Thompson, there was a moment where Bowers was going to bat. For a majority of the season, he had basically just been a defensive catcher, and they had him go and play defense, but someone would DH for him. But towards the end of the year, there was a moment down the stretch where Troy sat down Bowers and looked him in the eye and said, "You're going to be batting 8th today. You know what that means?" And he said, "What?" And he said, "That means that you're going to be batting second cleanup." So that's what Coach Thompson of Roseburg High School thinks of the 8th spot. That's what he told Bowers that day. So once again, he's going to be batting second cleanup this afternoon. That is the starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. On the mound is going to be Camden Hartzell. Back with the Dr. Stewarts. Talked with him a little bit before the game. I remember meeting Camden last year. He was one of the few players that I had a brief interaction with and talked with when I was down at the Coach K for the 1 week that I came down and got to call those games with the Dr. Stewarts last year on the radio. And so I asked him again, how was it this first year at UCC? You going back next year after his first season under head coach Jake Whistler? And he said, "Yep, I got one more in me." And he's got one more in him this year with the Dr. Stewarts as well. He's back with the squad, a leader on this team, and he gets the start in game number 2 this afternoon. Game number 2, 82 degrees outside. Pretty pleasant compared to the start of game number 1, where it was right around 90 degrees. It was over 90 degrees the high today. Thunderstorms are expected in South Douglas County tonight. So Easton Curtis is going to come up to the plate. Camden Hartzell is on the mound. The first pitch, and misses the zone. 1 ball and no strikes to Easton Curtis here in the top of the first inning. Hartzell's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. So we're underway at 7:28. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hartzell. The pitch is popped in the air pretty deep out towards left field. Heading back to the track, and it's off the wall. Curtis is at second base, heading towards third, and picking it up in left field is Ty Hellenthal. He's able to get it into third base as Easton Curtis has a leadoff double off the wall in left field. Almost tried to stretch it to third, but the throw came in pretty quickly from Hellenthal out and left. And so one batter and one hit to start for the Mustangs. Going to reset the scoreboard if you're watching online. There we go. So it is 0-0 the score, and the umpires are now coming out. And I think they're going to maybe argue interference on maybe Paxton Burke, and maybe that advances Curtis to third base. Right now, Curtis is at third base, and the two umpires are talking. There was certainly some contact between the two as Curtis was rounding second base and heading towards third base. Don't think it was intentional. I think it was unintentional. And they're going to put Curtis at third base.
The next batter, number 20, Jackson Rosenthal.
Brings up Jackson Rosenthal, the right fielder in the 2 spot. So runner at third base after the hit. Corner of the infield comes in. Middle of the infield playing deep. First pitch to Rosenthal. Misses the zone. Low. 1 ball and no strikes. So Hartzell looks to get going after allowing the leadoff double and maybe a triple, depending on how they score that. 1 ball and 1 strike after a swing and a miss play. Pitch from Hartzell. It's fouled back. 1-2. So Medford starts their day with a runner at third base. Hartzell, the right-hander from Roseburg High School. Stayed in Roseburg to play his college baseball at Umpqua Community College. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Rings up Rosenthal for out number 1. Gets him looking at a pitch outside to the left-handed hitter. And now it brings up Keller Bloodworth, who picked up the loss in game number 1. The right-handed hitter into the box with a runner at third. 0-0 the score in the top of the first. Pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Game number 2 of our doubleheader here at Champion Car Wash Field. Dr. Stewart's again wearing their white jerseys, white pants, blue socks, blue caps with orange brims. Orange R on them as well. Pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. Medford, gray pants, navy blue socks, red jerseys, blue numbers. Navy blue caps with a bright red brim. 1-1 pitch. It's fouled off. 1-1. Rather 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes with the runner at third. Camden Hartzell looking pretty solid after allowing the leadoff triple. Gets ahead to back-to-back batters. Hartzell this season 0-2 with 1 save. 11 hits, 8 runs, and 8 1/3 innings. For a 6.72 ERA. 1-2 pitch. Up and inside. Another 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball above the letters. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So full count pitch upcoming. Bowers goes and checks on things with Hartzell. Bloodworth at the plate. The Ashland and Feather River College product. Payoff pitch to him. Reaches for a ground ball up the middle. And it's backhanded by Anderson, but he has no play towards first base. In to score is Easton Curtis. It's an RBI infield hit for Keller Bloodworth. As it was a breaking ball. A little bit low and poked up the middle by Bloodworth. And he's able to drive in the game's first run. After Easton Curtis had the MSK True Value first hit of the game, make sure your summer projects are a hit with a stop by the MSK family of stores in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Bloodworth has the first RBI of the game, brought to you by Umpqua Bank, whether it's great deals on investments or saving on loans and lines of credit or personal banking with no overdraft fees. First pitch fouled away by Sean McFall out of play towards the right side. You can cash in with Umpqua Bank, member FDIC. Stop by one of their 6 branches in Douglas County, in Roseburg, Sutherland, Myrtle Creek, and Canyonville. So 2 hits and 1 run with a runner at first. No balls and 1 strike from Hartzell. Fastball in for a strike. 0-2. Hartzell had a pretty good season with the Knox last year. Running it back this season, the 0-2. Breaking ball down and away. A swing and a miss. A strikeout for Hartzell. His second. So 2 outs, a runner at first base. 1-0 the score. Again, if you're watching online today, apologies. We just have the big wide overhead camera. They readjusted the cameras at the ballpark yesterday, and it appears they've also messed with the routing. All the cameras need to be on the same Wi-Fi to be able to switch between them. It appears with the new routing system, the cameras are not in sync. 1 ball and no strikes to Tristan Valari. The pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the 5-hole hitter. At the 3 RBI triple in game number 1. 1-1 pitch. Runner on the move. Grounded foul towards left field side. Just left the bag. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Malari. Overall in the game, he had 2 hits in a 2-for-3 outing with the 3 RBIs and 1 run scored. Good hitter at the plate. Malari from South Medford. He's committed to Bushnell University. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Grounder towards the left side. Burke fields. He goes to 2 for 1. And he gets the out there for the final out. So, Medford has 2 hits, none left stranded, 1 run with no errors defensively. We now head to the bottom of the first inning. The score is 1-0. It is Medford with the lead. You're on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. We're playing for all the past veterans who have served. We're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Bottom of the first inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. Special thanks to Roseburg Disposal, our pregame show sponsor today. I didn't get a chance to thank them beforehand. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Again, that's Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Dr. Stewart's coming up to hit here in the bottom of the first inning. Scores 1-0. Medford with the lead. Leading things off, it's Paxton Burke. So Burke, the shortstop, followed by Logan Anderson, the second baseman. Cal Robbins is the DH, batting third. Daniel Withers, the third baseman, batting fourth. Jake Johnson at first base, batting fifth. Dane St. Clair in center field in the sixth spot. Taj Floor on the right field side. Batting seventh, Amos Bowers. Batting eighth, the catcher, and Ty Helmthal, the left fielder, batting ninth. First pitch to Paxton Burke, a little bit high from Freeman Roundtree. 1 ball and no strikes from Roundtree. Lower Columbia commit, originally from Ashland High School, first team All Southern Oregon Conference, and honorable mention All-State this past season. 1 ball and 1 strike to Burke as the pitch is in the zone. 1-1 to the switch hitting shortstop, who cuts through it. 1-2. Picked up the win and scored the game-winning run. in game number 1 today. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Burke. The pitch from Roundtree. Reached for, poked on the ground towards the left side. On 2 hops, it's the shortstop Bloodworth who throws to first base. And 1 hops it to Malari. A nice pick by the first baseman. 6-3 ground out to start the bottom of the first inning. 1 out and nobody on for Logan Anderson in this 1-0 ball game. So Anderson coming up to hit the second baseman in game number 1. Had a single in the first inning. A 1-for-4 day overall. Roundtree, the right-hander, will kick and deliver. Anderson fouls off the pitch, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Bottom of the first. Medford taking the lead in the top of the first inning as Anderson skies the ball out towards center field on the 0-1 pitch. Easton Curtis makes the catch for out number 2. Defensively for the Mustangs, Grady Sickler in left field, Easton Curtis in center, Jackson Rosenthal in right. Sean McFall at third base, Keller Bloodworth at shortstop, Keegan Painter is the second baseman, Tristan Malari is at first base, and Brady Patterson is the catcher. So, same defensive alignment as game number 1, just a little bit of a shake-up in left field. Cade Pedersen now DH and Grady Sickler switching with him from DH to left field. Pitches inside to Cal Robbins. 1 ball and no strikes. Robbins, the hero in game number 1. 1-0 pitch. Takes it for a strike, 1-1. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Scored a run. Had a diving catch. Might have been the play of the game. 1-1 pitch to him. Swings and misses. 1-2. Maybe you got a piece of it and fouled it back. Either way, it's a strike, 1-2. Roundtree looking for a 1-2-3 inning on the bump for the Mustangs. Right-hander's 1-2 pitch. Robbins sends it in the air out towards left center field. Charging in is Curtis, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. The Dr. Stewart's go. We head to the second inning. 1-0 with Medford leading, here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
One to nothing the score. Top of the second inning. Medford coming back up to hit, leading 1-0. Grady Sickler will be leading things off. Sickler followed by Keegan Painter and Brady Patterson. So batters 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Mustangs in inning number 2. Cam Hartzell will fire a first pitch down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes from the right-hander from Umpqua Community College. One of the older guys on this team, one of the leaders. Fun guy to be around. Pitch whacked out towards right field, and it's down on 1 hop in front of Flora for a base hit. So a leadoff single puts a runner at first base, the 3rd hit of the game for the Mustangs. Sickler with the single to put Keegan Painter at the plate. Sickler had 1 hit in game number 1. Now he has his 2nd hit of the afternoon. In from third base It's the third baseman Withers. Bunt goes to the first base side. Johnson fields, and trying to avoid the tag was Painter, but he's tagged out, trying to go between the legs of Johnson. So it's a sac bunt to advance a runner into scoring position at second.
The next batter, number 14, Brady Patterson.
Brings up Brady Patterson, the catcher. On deck is Cade Patterson. On deck sponsor, The Blind Man. If you're feeling the heat when you're on deck, contact The Blind Man, a Hunter Douglas Gallery dealer in Roseburg. They can help you with several patio shade options to beat the summer heat or design options for your home. Ground ball to the right side by Patterson. Picking it up is the second baseman Anderson. His throw to first in time, as advancing to third base is Sickler. Visit blindmanroseburg.com for more details. So Cade Patterson, the DH, will stand in. Runner at third base. 2 outs, 1-0 the score in the top of the second. Pitch to Patterson, it's fouled away. No balls and 1 strike to Patterson. Shade starting to creep in from the left field side. The 0-1 pitch. In for a strike. Hartzell gets ahead 0-2. He had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Looking for his first here in the second. The 0-2 pitch. Whacked out of play. Do the 0-2 again. Patterson, the DH, after being in left field in game number 1, doing the 1-for-1 swap with the left fielder in Sickler. Sickler standing at third as the pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hartzell comes set. The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Gets his third strikeout. And that'll do it for the Mustangs in the top of the second inning. 1 hit, 1 left stranded, no runs, and no errors. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. The score is 1-0. Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
First batter for the Doc Stewarts to lead off.
Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 the score. It is Medford with the lead against the Dr. Stewarts. Game number 2 of the doubleheader. Roseburg took game number 1. Into the box is Daniel Withers. Freeman Roundtree, his first pitch. It's fouled back by Withers, 0-1. Daniel Withers, Jake Johnson, and Dane St. Clair, batters 4, 5, and 6. The heart of the lineup due up for the Dr. Stewarts. Heart of the lineup brought to you by Floors by Design. No balls and 1 strike to Withers. The pitch, a little bit low, 1-1. Flooring is at the heart of every home, and Floors by Design is the premier location in Douglas County, offering more than the latest and the greatest from the industry's leading manufacturers. You can visit roseburgflooring.com for more information. 1-1 pitch, grounded towards the left side, diving play at third base, made by McFall. He throws to first, and he beats Withers by half a step. Really nice play by Sean McFall, the Eagle Point product.
Now batting number 17.
It's been 4 up, 4 down to start offensively for the Dr. Stewarts. 1 out, nobody on for the 5-hole hitter in Jake Johnson. the first baseman once again had a single in game number 1. Overall, 1 for 3. Big cut and a big miss, 0-1. 1-0. Medford with the lead. RBI single by Keller Bloodworth on an infield hit to the second baseman. The 0-1. Ground ball to the right side, past the diving Painter, and into right field. First hit of the game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Jake Johnson gets the MSK True Value first hit of the game. Make sure your summer projects are a hit with a stop by the MSK family of stores in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Runner at first base. 1 out for Dane St. Clair, the 6-hole hitter, the center fielder. First pitch to him. Roundtree misses inside, 1-0. St. Clair in game number 1. 2 hits, a 2-for-3 performance for the left-handed hitter. Rattles the bat, the 1-0 to him. Chops it off himself. 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. St. Clair, another graduating senior from Roseburg High School. Very senior-heavy class for the Indians. A lot of Docs also from Roseburg. Head coach Tim Sestair, the assistant coach at Roseburg High School. Pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. In the starting lineup today, a lot of former Roseburg Indians or current Roseburg Indians. 2-1, ground ball up the middle. This could be 2 at second base. Fielding it is Painter. He taps on the bag, throws to first base, and it's late. St. Clair with his speed legs it out. Just a fielder's choice play. Might have been a play where Painter should have flipped it to Bloodworth and tried to turn 2 that way, but he took it himself for the 4 unassisted. Tried to do it all on his own instead. It's just 1 out. Taj Flora to the plate in this 1-0 ball game in the bottom of the second. And times as Roundtree looks towards the dugout, and I think a pitching coach is coming out for Medford. Brett Wolf is coming out, talk with the infield, and maybe he's talking with the umpire about the call. So I think that might be what they're discussing. Field umpire said take it up with the home plate umpire. While they do that, special thanks to our sponsor, Flyway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel and make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5702. Well, he doesn't get the answer he wants. He's heading back to the dugout. Head coach is John King, Eagle Point High School graduate. It's where we held the Coach K Memorial Classic this past weekend down at Eagle Point High School. Some hot days, but a nice facility. Honestly, one of the better facilities I've been to down in the Rogue Valley. First pitch, Taj Flora grounds it towards left side. Fielding it deep in the hole is Bloodworth. Throw on the run, up the line towards first base. Trying to go to third base on the play is St. Clair, and he's thrown out at third. So Flora ended up at first base after the hit, but ultimately St. Clair is out at third, trying to go first to third on the play. It's the fielder's choice. 6-3-5 out. So that'll do it for the Docs after a total of 2 hits in the inning. They come up scoreless, and they leave 1 stranded. Heading to the third, 1-0 the score. It is Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com and the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
First pitch from Camden Hartzell misses the zone. 1 ball and no strikes here in the top of the third inning. Hartzell's second pitch is popped in the air, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike from the right-hander. Top of the order back up, Easton Curtis, Jackson Rosenthal, and Keller Bloodworth for the Mustangs. They lead 1-0. Curtis chops it towards the left side. Burke waits for it on 2 hops. He fields, throws across the diamond, and gets the out there for out number 1. So 1 out, top of the third inning. The Mustangs leading by 1. Now the 2-hole hitter, Jackson Rosenthal. A strikeout look at his first time up. Easton Curtis now 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored, maybe even a triple. I'm going to go and look and see on Game Changer how they scored that one. Pitch is outside to Rosenthal. 1 ball and no strikes. Hartzell with 3 strikeouts through the first 2 frames. The 1-0 pitch, it's up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Hartzell's 2-0 pitch. In for a strike, 2-1. So going back to Game Changer, they said a double. Then advancing to third base was Curtis. 2 balls and 2 strikes after the pitch from Hartzell came in the zone. So it's a double and then a runner's interference play to advance the runner to third. So that's what we'll credit Curtis with. 2-2 pitch from Hartzell. A little bit low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch upcoming to Rosenthal. Right fielder today for the Mustangs. Payoff pitch. Chops it up the middle over the mitt of Hartzell and past the diving Anderson into center field. So it's a hit for Rosenthal, the 4th hit of the game for the Mustangs. Looking to get back on track after suffering just their 3rd loss of the season. 19-3 are the Mustangs. Runner at first, Hartzell working out of the stretch. Keller Bloodworth with his RBI single. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Again, the Dr. Stewart's back in action a little bit early tomorrow. The 0-1 lined out towards left center field. St. Clair watches it drop in front of him on 1 hop. He fields and guns it towards third base. Burke cuts it off. And retreating back to first base on the play was Bloodworth, but going first to third is Rosenthal. Tomorrow, the Dr. Stewarts will have a doubleheader starting at noon against the Eugene Challengers. Joey Kieran going to have the call for that one here at Champion Car Wash Field. At the 5th hit of the game for the Mustangs, leading 1-0 with 1 out, runners on the corners. Hartzell's first pitch, in for a strike, 0-1. So Hartzell gets the start today. It's a limited pitching staff. Not a ton of guys available. A little bit banged up. The 0-1, much shown. It's pulled back, and the pitch misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Hartzell, his 2nd season with the Dr. Stewarts. 4 appearances, 1 start at Umpqua Community College with a save this past spring. 11.57 ERA with 13 walks and 7 strikeouts. Bunt shown. It's a suicide squeeze. Hartzell fields, and he has no play. And to score from third base, it's Jackson Rosenthal. Perfect play by Sean McFall. As Bloodworth ends up at second base, it's a bunt single and an RBI single at that. So 2 on and 1 out in this 2-0 ball game, and Tristan Malari will stand in. So Hartzell with a little bit of trouble here in the third after a 1-2-3 second inning. Almost a 1-2-3. After a leadoff single, he got the last 3 batters to get out as this is popped in the air out towards left field. Picked up a strikeout in the effort. Retired the first batter of this inning, but 3 straight singles to score a run. Amos Bowers coming out to talk things over with Hartzell, and that's what Medford does. They string together hits. Once it starts, it won't stop. Game number 1, it was a 6th inning that saw 5 straight batters get a hit to lead things off in the 6th. 6th batter grounded out to third, and then the 7th batter had another hit. It's a team that will not quit. They will just keep going as much as they can. No balls and 1 strike. Hartzell looks back towards second a couple of times and then delivers a pitch that's fouled away by Malari. 0-2 to the South Medford product. Hartzell last season with the Dr. Stewarts led the team in starts. 28 innings pitched, a 1-4 record, a 5.00 ERA with 33 strikeouts, 14 walks, and 11 hit by pitches. Throw back towards second base. Nobody was covering back there, but Burke was able to get the ball. Prevent it from going into center field. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the right side, fielded by Johnson. Didn't know if he should go to 2 or not. Decided to keep it to the bag and get the out there, or the guaranteed out at first base. Bloodworth advances to third. McFall to second. 2 in scoring position with 2 out in this 2-0 ball game in the top of the 3rd inning for the Mustangs. Grady Sickler to the plate. Swings and fouls off the pitch. 0-1. Sickler, a single last inning. Back in the box with a chance at a pair of ribbies to stretch the lead to 4. The 0-1. Swings and a miss at a pitch down and away. No balls and 2 strikes. Hartzell looking for a strikeout. Comes set. The pitch. Inside, gets past the catcher Bowers, and that's going to score a run. Bloodworth in from third. McFall ends up at third base. Runner at third base, and now 3-0 the score. It's Medford with the lead. One ball and 2 strikes. With McFall at third. The 1-2. Popped in the air out towards right center field. St. Clair in the alleyway makes the catch. And that's the top of the 3rd inning. 3 hits, 2 runs with 1 left stranded. No errors defensively for Roseburg. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 the score. It is Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. We're playing for all the past veterans who have served. We're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Bottom of the third inning, 3-0 the score. It is Medford with the lead after a 2-run top of the third inning. Roseburg looks to respond offensively in the bottom of the third. Amos Bowers, Ty Hellenthal, and Paxton Burke due up. First pitch to Bowers. It's inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon on The Score. If you're watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel at 1490 The Score, don't forget to subscribe. Ground ball towards short. Picking it up is the shortstop Bloodworth. His throw to first base in time to get Bowers for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 out to begin this bottom of the third inning. And it brings up Ty Hellenthal, the 9-hole hitter. First pitch, Hellenthal takes the ball. 1-0. Hellenthal in game number 1 was the 9-hole hitter. The DH walked once, 0 for 2. Looking for his first hit of the afternoon. 1 ball and no strikes from Freeman Roundtree. His pitch is popped in the air out toward center field. Easton Curtis over to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down for the Dr. Stewarts in the bottom of the third inning. Roundtree had a 1-2-3 first inning. Last inning allowed a couple of hits. 1 left stranded, no runs and no errors. And now back on track just like the first inning for Roundtree. Paxton Burke, top of the order, back up for the Dr. Stewarts. Ground out to short, his first time through. Burke swings and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Burke 2 walks, 2 runs, a stolen base, plus the win in game number 1. Heading into his senior season at Roseburg High School. 0-1 pitch, Burke fouls it away. Switch hitter, midseason call-up last season, first team All-State this year. As a junior, first team All-Southwest Conference as well. Batted .353, 4 doubles, 16 RBIs, 21 walks as well. Grounds a ball towards the left side. Picking up is the third baseman McFall, his 1 hopper to first base in time to get Burke for the final out. 3 up, 3 down, the Docs go. We're heading to the 4th. It is 3-0, Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Three to nothing the score. Top of the 4th inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, as well as Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Top of the fourth inning, Medford back up to the plate. Camden Hartzell, his first pitch is outside, 1-0. So it's a 3-run lead for Medford with their bottom three hitters coming to the plate. Keegan Painter, Brady Patterson, and Cade Pedersen. This one flown out of play by Painter, 1-1. Painter, a sacrifice bunt, his first time up. 1-1 pitch, down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike from Hartzell. Last inning, 3 hits, 2 runs for the Mustangs. They have 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Roseburg, no runs on 2 hits with no errors. Line drive towards right center field. It finds the alley. St. Clair cuts it off with his speed, and he keeps it a single for Keegan Painter. 7th hit of the game for the Mustangs. And it now brings up Brady Patterson. Ground out to second base, his first time up. 3-0, Medford with the lead in the top of the fourth inning. Hartzell working out of the stretch. Corner of the infield comes in. At third base, Withers walked into the grass as the pitch was outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson holding the first base bag with Painter there. One ball and no strikes. The pitch popped out of play. 1-1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Brady Patterson, the catcher. 1 for 2 in game number 1 with a walk and a single. Catcher, first team, All Southwest Conference at North Medford. Again, fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shade almost entirely covering the field. A little bit of sun out towards deep center field and a little bit out and right. Hartzell's 1-2 pitch, way outside. Lost control of the breaking ball, and that allows Painter to take second base. Runner in scoring position. Top of the fourth inning. Brady Patterson, an opportunity for an RBI. Heading into his junior season at North Medford with the Black Tornado. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Hartzell. That's his 4th. Puts it out on the board. So, 1 out, a runner at second for Cade Pedersen. Pedersen, a strikeout, his first time up. Takes the pitch outside, 1-0. Pedersen was the last strikeout victim. The first time through the order, 3 strikeouts for Hartzell, and the last strikeout to Patterson, the 8-hole hitter. His first strikeout the second time through the order against the Mustangs. 1-0 pitch. It's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Still a steady breeze out towards right field. Not a ton of wind today. Hasn't certainly affected the game. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch. Ground ball off towards the right side, right of the line, foul. 2-1. So 2-1 pitch upcoming to Pedersen. Also from North Medford High School, heading into his junior season. 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. So you got a Patterson and a Pedersen at North Medford. Both playing with the Mustangs this summer. Three balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Outside, and it's a walk. First walk issued today by Hartzell. 2 on and 1 out, and Paxton Burke comes in to talk things over with Camden Hartzell as well as Amos Bowers. Looks like a pitcher was warming up for the Dr. Stewarts. Not sure which one, but you got to preserve the pitching. With so many games in the week ahead, 2 tomorrow and 1 Wednesday through Sunday. Finally get a break next Monday. Scratch that. They'll be back at home next Monday against the Beaverton Sockeyes. First pitch down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Easton Curtis. Double and a ground out so far for Curtis. 2 on and 1 out. Runners at first and second. Top of the fourth. Curtis takes a strike. Low outside corner. He couldn't believe it. Asked for clarification from the home plate umpire. So it's called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Curtis. 1-1. It's popped in the air out towards the right side of the infield. Johnson, the first baseman, drops it. Lost it in the sun. Curtis gets extra life. A rare mistake for Johnson defensively. One ball and 2 strikes. 2-1 and 1 out. And now Curtis calls time. Feels like this game has slowed down quite a bit in comparison to the pace of the first game. One-two pitch. We'll have to wait as Hartzell has stepped off the mound and looked back towards second base. And now going out is Bowers to try to talk things over with Hartzell again and get on the same page. Hartzell breaks the meeting with Bowers. Gets back on the mound. 1-2. Chopper towards the left side. Going to be a tough play for Withers. He fields, throws towards first base. It's up the first base line. Curtis advances to second. That'll score 1 run. In from second base, stopping at third is Patterson, as Patterson is in to score. Would have been a tough play with Curtis and his speed. I think it's going to be a single and then an advancement to second base for Curtis on the air. The E5. Painter also comes in on the E5 play, and Patterson is at third base. So 2 in scoring position, still just 1 out. And it's now 4-0, Medford with the lead. It's the first error of the day for the Dr. Stewarts. First pitch, ground ball down the right field line for Jackson Rosenthal. That'll clear the bases as Rosenthal is heading towards second, and he slides into second safely with a double. Medford extends the lead to 6-0. As Rosenthal has added on to the Medford lead. And just like that, this game has been blown open in the top of the 4th inning. 3 runs in. And now Keller Bloodworth. Bloodworth in the box. The first pitch to him. It's taken for a strike. 0-1. Bloodworth today, 2 singles. And this inning, a total of 3 hits with 1 error to bring in 3 runs. Chance for more, the 0-1 Chased outside, it gets past Bowers, and advancing to third base is Rosenthal. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at third. 1 out. The Mustangs threatening to score more. As Hartzell and Bowers have another conversation. Medford 1 run in the first. No runs in the second, 2 in the third, and now 3 here in the fourth. Left-hander warming up for the Dr. Stewarts as the 0-2 is found back. Going to try and see who it is. I believe it's Fletcher Coleman, and it is. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. Fielding it is Berkey. Comes home. The tag is in time. Rosenthal thought he got in just under the tag of Bowers. The throw is to the right of the plate, and now Medford's coach is coming down to talk things over with the home plate umpire. I don't know if he's going to win it. I mean, the umpire had a pretty good view at it. Really close play. It looked like Bowers went to tag towards the mid-body, and the tag kind of got under, or the slide got under. So Bloodworth is at first base after the fielder's choice play. Rosenthal out at the plate. Crucial second out, saves a run. Paxton Burke again, and the Docs have done that a lot this season. Playing the infield in and saving some runs. First pitch, ground ball into left field, and that's another hit in the inning. Sean McFall, a single to left field. Had an RBI his last time up. He's 2 for 3. Nine hits today for Medford in game number 2. Coach Sestair is coming out. This may be it for Camden Hartzell. And he's going to take the ball from him. Fletcher Coleman is coming in the game. Pitching changes this season. Brought to you by the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. 2 on and 2 out in a 6-0 ball game. It's Medford with the lead. We'll take a 1-minute timeout when we come back. We'll get you the final line for Camden Hartzell. Tell you about Fletcher Coleman here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Top of the fourth inning, it is 6-0. Medford with the lead. Camden Hartzell 3 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, only 4 were earned with a walk and 4 strikeouts. He is responsible for both base runners, Keller Bloodworth and Sean McFall, standing at second and first base, respectively. Tristan Malari to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in game number 2. Had the bases clearing triple in game number 1. A big at bat here for Fletcher Coleman, trying to keep the damage at just 3 in this inning. So 2 on and 2 out. First pitch from Fletcher Coleman. It's inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Malari. Lefty versus lefty battle here. Coleman a southpaw on this Dr. Stewart squad. First season on the Dr. Stewarts. Just appeared in one game as a pitcher in the spring. 217 hitter with the Indians as well. Heading into his junior season. 1-0 pitch. In for a strike, 1-1. Got a lot of starts as a sophomore on the Roseburg squad. 20 games played with the Indians. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coleman comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. 1-2. So just a strike away from getting out of this inning. Keeping the damage at just 3 after an error. And a total of 3 hits. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Coleman. Inside. Bowers couldn't believe he didn't get the call. Hopped up a little bit behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The home fans wanted that call as well. Two balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 4th inning. 6-0 Medford with the lead. The pitch from Coleman. High. 3-2. Full count. Fletcher Coleman this season with the Dr. Stewarts. His 4th outing. He's thrown just 6 innings. A 1-0 record with the save. 3-2. Fouled away. Stays alive. 5 hits. Total of 3 walks. 10 strikeouts for Fletcher Coleman. Pretty good stuff from the southpaw so far this season. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. It's high above the letters. He checked the swing and he did not go around, says the field umpire. Malari has worked a walk. And the bases are juiced. It's the top of the 4th inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And it brings up Grady Sickler. Single and a fly out for Sickler. A 1-for-2 day. First pitch. Misses the zone from Coleman. 1-0. 6 hits. Or rather 6 runs, 9 hits. An error for Medford. Pitch from Coleman. In for a strike, 1-1. 2 errors for the Docs with 2 hits. No runs. 1-1 pitch. Hit towards right field for a base hit. That'll score at least 1. Racing around third is McFall. The throw comes home. The tag in time. McFall's out at the plate on the relay. 1 run comes in on the base hit. 9 batters come to the plate. A total of 4 hits in the inning with 4 runs and 2 left stranded. So the Mustangs extend their lead. They lead by 7 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Logan Anderson.
Bottom of the fourth inning, it is 7-0 the score. It is the Medford Mustangs with the lead. Dr. Stewart's coming back up to the plate. Just 2 hits today for Roseburg, and it's the 2, 3, and 4-hole hitters, Logan Anderson, Cal Robbins, and Daniel Withers. The heart of the lineup pitches inside by Freeman Roundtree. 1 ball and no strikes. Lights are starting to come on here at Champion Car Wash Field as it gets a little bit later here on this Monday. Anderson flies the ball out towards right field. In right field, over to make the catch near the line is Jackson Rosenthal for out number 1. Heart of the lineup is brought to you by Floors by Design. Flooring is at the heart of every home, and Floors by Design is the premier location in Douglas County, offering the latest and greatest from the industry's leading manufacturers. Visit roseburgflooring.com for more information. Cal Robbins coming back up. Fly out to center field, his first time through back in the first inning. Freeman Roundtree delivers a pitch that almost hits Robbins. He had to bend backwards, get out of the way. Want to know the count with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the fourth. 7-0, Medford with the lead. 1-0, Robbins chops it foul. 1-1. Big Cal heading off to Lewiston, Idaho after this summer is done. Had taken the job at LC State, going back to his roots. Originally from Douglas County, Robbins is graduate of Douglas High School. Came back to start Umpqua Community College's baseball program. Fouled back, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Former coach with the Docs as well. Jeremiah heading off to LC State. Had a lot of success there with the Warriors. Robbins checks his swing. He went around. Ball goes towards the dugout. No, backstop, I should say, as Robbins ends up at first base after the drop third strike. At the first strikeout for Roundtree, and a tough break for him as Robbins ends up at first base after the strikeout. Brings up Daniel Withers. Ground out to third, his first time up. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Robbins won 3 national championships at LC State when he was the head coach there. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Won the NAIA national championships in 2015, 2016, and 2017. 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. He was inducted into the LC State Athletics Hall of Fame in April and makes the return back home to Lewiston. 2-1, down and inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. He was there, appeared in 5 championship games as well. Withers fouls it back. 3-2. Robbins used to be the head coach at Western Oregon from 2006 to 2012, and then went to LC State and had that success there. Came to Roseburg in 2019, was with UCC from 2019 to 2024 after being the head coach at LC State. 3-2, Withers flies it out towards center field. Out in center field, it's Bloodworth, the shortstop, to make the catch for out number 2. 2 outs, a runner at first base. Brings up Jake Johnson. Pitch is outside to Johnson, and taking second base is Robbins. So a chance to get a run back. 1 ball and no strikes to Johnson with a runner in scoring position. The Docs with 2 hits. They both came in the second. So Jake Johnson with one hit today. Chance to get it a second and maybe even an RBI. Takes it for a strike. 1-1. One ball and one strike as Johnson steps off the mound. 1-1 pitch. Johnson grounds the ball to the right side at second base. It's Painter who fields and goes to first for the final out. Well, nothing going for the Dr. Stewarts after a drop third strike. One is left stranded. And no runs in the inning. We now head to the fifth. The score is 7-0. It's Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Heck of a response today for the Medford Mustangs in game number 2 after dropping the first one with walk-off hit by Cal Robbins. The Mustangs lead 7-0, out-hitting the Docs 10-2 with one error to Medford and 2 errors to Roseburg. That is your Dr. Johnson scoreboard update. And now, assistant coach for the Dr. Stewarts, Cody Watson, has to head back towards the dugout. Not sure what happened there. Oh, duh, it's not his team. Fletcher Coleman on the mound, in for a strike, going 1. I think he walked over to the first base side to be the first base coach and then realized, oh yeah, we are on defense. No balls and 1 strike from Coleman. The pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Keegan Painter. Led off last inning with a single. Sack bunt before that. 1-1 pitch. It bounces in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 7-0 the score here today. Coleman out of the windup. Delivers. Low. 3 balls and 1 strike to Painter. Dr. Johnson Lumber Co., a Progressive family-owned company, proudly supporting our local youth. Come out and watch the Docs swing some lumber. Dr. Johnson, making lumber since 1951. 3-1 pitch, it's inside, and Keegan Painter has worked himself aboard with a walk.
The next batter, number 14, Brady Patterson.
Brings up Brady Patterson. Nobody out, a runner at first base. Pitch is fouled away. Oh, 0-1. Strikeout and a ground out so far for Patterson. The 8-hole hitter in the 7-0 ball game. Mustangs with the lead. Runner on the move. The pitch in for a strike throw from Bowers to second base. A bullet. Beats Painter. Gets the first out. Amos Bowers, he has quite the arm. Did that a lot in the spring and has looked pretty good in the summer as well. 0-2 pitch from Fletcher Coleman. Popped in the air out towards left side. Out of play. The way that he's pitching this summer, he might have a prominent role with the Roseburg Indians in the spring. Yet only saw him for 1 inning in the spring with the Indians. 0-2 pitch. Hits the batter. So Patterson is at first after a hit by pitch. Honestly, for Fletcher Coleman, came in, allowed a walk, allowed a single, allowed a walk, and now a hit by pitch. But he's been able to get a pair of outs thanks to his defense helping him out. It was the relay home last inning after a single to right field with bases loaded to save 1 more run from coming in and continuing that inning. First pitch to Cade Pedersen, bounced off of Jake Johnson at first base. He throws to Coleman. Coleman tried to get his foot on the bag, and he missed it. It was a little bit too late as Pedersen has rocketed a ball for a hit. That's going to be the 11th hit of the game. Patterson advances to second base. Brings up Easton Curtis. Top of the order, back up. 2 on and 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Curtis with 2 hits, an RBI, and 2 runs. Swings and pops up the first pitch behind the plate. Bowers running out of real estate. Watches it go off the roof of the stadium here at Champion Car Wash Field. Gosh, long day. Sweet Johnson is where Eugene plays, and that's where they'll be playing coming up this weekend. Wednesday through Sunday at the Papa's Pizza Tournament at Sweet Johnson Stadium in Eugene. Have the doubleheader there on Wednesday. Challengers coming to town tomorrow. Coleman steps off the mound and throws back towards second. So no balls and 1 strike. The pitch. It's high. 2 balls and no strikes from Fletcher Coleman. As now Amos Bowers goes out to talk with him. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. As well as Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Pitch is in for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sunset out towards left field side. Beautiful evening down here in the Umpqua Valley. The temperature has dropped to 78 degrees. Coleman will step off the mound and pump fake towards second. Nobody was there covering. One ball and 2 strikes. Coleman looks back towards second twice. Now kicks and fires a pitch high. 2-2. So the incoming junior on the mound, Easton Curtis, the incoming freshman to community college, going to Lassen Community College. Going to join Jackson Rosenthal there. 2-2 pitch. Curtis fouls it away towards the right field side. He'll stay alive. So quite the duo there. Curtis and Rosenthal. Rosenthal playing 43 games at Lassen this past spring. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Throw goes back towards second, and it gets away, but staying at second base is Patterson. So a strikeout for Fletcher Coleman. Easton Curtis a little bit frustrated as he heads back towards the dugout. First strikeout for Coleman. 2 outs, 2 on in the 7-0 game in the top of the 5th. Brings up Jackson Rosenthal. Curtis's future teammate at Lassen. 2 for 3 is Rosenthal today with a pair of ribbies. Single and a double. Takes it inside. 1 ball and no strikes from Fletcher Coleman. Trying to keep it just the 7-run game. And now he'll step off the mound. Thinking about the runner at second in Patterson. Pedersen at first base. Coleman takes a long stare towards second and finally gets back on the slab. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Jack swing. Grounded foul. Right to the right of the left-handed hitter's box. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 on and 2 out. Field umpire trying to say something. Is looking towards first base where Cade Patterson was. Think it's going to be a pinch runner, maybe? Gotcha, they had to have somebody out protecting the pitchers. Now in right field warming up. Swing and a drive out towards left center field. Down for a base hit. That'll score 1 run. Advancing over to third base is Patterson. Sliding into second safely is Jackson Rosenthal. It's a 3-hit performance for Jackson Rosenthal, as he has an RBI double to make it 8-0. And now this next at-bat becomes even bigger for Keller Bloodworth. Base hit here, and he could stretch the lead to 10 ahead of the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 in scoring position. 2 outs. Bloodworth today. 2 singles. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time out. First pitch. Swings and drives the ball towards left field, and it's down. That'll score both runs. It's a 2 RBI single for Keller Bloodworth, and the Mustangs lead 10-0. It's a bloodbath here in the top of the 5th. 10-0. As Keller Bloodworth has the 13th hit of the game for the Mustangs. The drive-in runs 9 and 10. Brings up Sean McFall. Right-handed hitter, backs to the box. 2 hits and a strikeout. First pitch from Fletcher Coleman, chopped towards third, backhanded by Withers. The throw across the diamond to first base in time. Overall, a total of 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 left stranded. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. The Dr. Stewart's looking to keep the game alive on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
Bottom of the 5th inning, it is 10-0. Medford with the lead. Roseburg looking to avoid the run rule loss. Trying to score at least one run, Dayton St. Clair, Taj Flora, and Amos Bowers due up against Freeman Roundtree. Roundtree has only allowed 2 hits today. First pitch to St. Clair. It's outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So St. Clair at the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice play. His first time up. 1-0 pitch. Cut on and miss. 1-1. Special thanks to our sponsor, Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. St. Clair slaps one towards left side, waiting for it is Bloodworth to throw to first base. A one-hopper, not in time. St. Clair has an infield single. That's the 3rd hit of the game for the Dr. Stewarts. Brings up Taj Flora in the bottom of the 5th. 10-0 the score. Flora a single, his first time up. Big Taj at the plate facing off against Freeman Roundtree, the Lower Columbia commit. His first pitch is high. Throw goes back towards first base and now into right field. I don't think anyone realizes it as Rosenthal finally looks up and finds the ball down the right field line. St. Clair is at third base. And the Ducks get gifted an opportunity to score a run. And now Coach King is coming out. He's upset. Brady Patterson, the catcher, threw it towards first base. Tristan Malari wasn't even looking for it. Rosenthal wasn't either. And yeah, taking a talk to the whole team after that one. 10-0 the score. Here in inning number 5, it's Medford with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. Flora looking for an RBI. Again, RBIs this year brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Whether it's great deals on investments, saving on loans and lines of credit, or personal banking with no overdraft fees, you can cash in with Umpqua Bank. Member FDIC. Stop by one of their 6 branches in Douglas County and Roseburg, Sutherland, Myrtle Creek, and Canyonville. 1 ball and no strikes to Flora. The pitch taken for a strike. 1-1. That was the second error by Medford as Flora pops it up out of play behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on the bottom of the 5th. Knox Stewarts just need 1 run to keep the game alive. 1-2. Didn't miss by much. Maybe a little bit off the edge of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Flora looking for his second hit and his second at bat. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Goes down swinging for out number 1. Runner at third base. 1 out. Amos Bowers coming up to hit. Ty Hellenthal is on deck. On deck sponsor is the Blind Man. If you're feeling the heat when you're on deck, contact the Blind Man, a Hunter Douglas Gallery dealer in Roseburg. They can help you with several patio shade options to beat the summer heat or design options for your home. Visit blindmanroseburg.com for details. First pitch in the dirt to Bowers. 1-0. Just need the run from third and Dane St. Clair to come in to keep the game going. 1-0 pitch. Bowers fouls it off himself. 1-1. The 8-hole hitter, or second cleanup hitter, as Troy Thompson would say at Roseburg High School. Trying to come through. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. Roundtree, the right-hander. Looks into his catcher, Patterson. Kicks and fires. 1-1 pitch. Flown in the air out towards right field. In foul territory, it goes. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bowers. Roundtree with a strikeout to Taj Flora. That was his first. Make it a second. His first was the drop third strike. Cal Robbins' last inning. Has a chance for his third here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Down low. Good stop by Patterson behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. St. Clair takes a lead off third base. Looking for an opportunity. 2-2 pitch. Bowers watches it go outside. Patterson fields. He throws a Roundtree. The tag not in time. The game will go on. St. Clair scores. It's back to a 9-run game. The mercy is not in effect. So the error is costly, as it's now a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bowers. Nobody on in the bottom of the 5th, the 3-2. Bowers pops it up. Foul territory, first base side. Malari makes the catch. 2 away. So the wild pitch is huge. Brings in the run, and now with 2 outs, nobody on, Ty Hellenthal will stand in.
Next batter, number 12, Ty Hellenthal.
So we will play a 6th inning. Hellenthal takes the first pitch outside the zone, 1 ball and no strikes. Hellenthal, a fly out to center field, his first time up. Dr. Stewart's not going down without a fight. They're not shut out. 1-0 to Hellenthal. He takes it outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2A, 1A player of the year for the last 2 seasons. 2-0. Roundtree misses low. 3 balls and no strikes to Hellenthal. Try to get on board and turn the lineup around for Paxton Burke. 3-0 pitch is taken for a strike. 3-1. The 3-1. Flown out towards right field. Back is Rosenthal. Shifts his shoulders and makes the catch for the final out. 1 hit, 1 run, 1 error, and no one left stranded. We head to the 6th. We play on. It is 10-1 the score. You're on 541radio.com and the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Top of the 6th inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. Taking a look at the D.R. Johnson scoreboard update. 10 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors for Medford, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for Roseburg. D.R. Johnson Lumber Co., a progressive family-owned company, proudly supporting our local youth. Come out and watch the Doc swing some lumber. D.R. Johnson making lumber since 1951. Tristan Malari, Brady Sickler, and Keegan Painter due up for the Medford Mustangs.
First batter for the Mustangs to lead off the top of the 6th inning, number 8, Tristan
So it's 10-1, the score in the top of the sixth. Fletcher Coleman back out. The southpaw fires a pitch for a strike to the left-handed hitter in Malari. 0-1. So the Docs continue the game. We will play on. 0-1 pitch. Malari fouls it away. 0-2. Malari today hitless. A walk his last time up. Ground out to third and a ground out to short prior. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Coleman stays alive. Beautiful sunset here in the Umpqua Valley. Red sky illuminating around. Pitch is inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One of the prettiest sunsets I've seen. Got some thunderstorm clouds to the south of us, but pink skies. Incredible. Malari flies it out towards left field on the 1-2 pitch. Over to make the catch in left field is Ty Hellenthal for out number 1.
The next batter, number 13, Grady Sickler.
1 out, nobody on for Grady Sickler. 2 singles, a fly out to center field for Sickler. Sickler swings and fouls off the pitch. 0-1. Dr. Stewart's again going to be in action tomorrow noon. First pitch against the Eugene Challengers. Challengers coming to town. The 0-1 pitch from Fletcher Coleman. It's high. 1-1. So doubleheader tomorrow. Challengers 27-2 this season. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Docs were able to win one of the 2 games that the Challengers had lost. 2-1 pitch. It's high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Eugene, they're on a win streak since losing to Roseburg. They've now won 5 straight games. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away. 3-2. Eugene, they won a game against the Midcoast Dungees, 12-0. Did it again in game number 2, and then beat the Post 58 Crushers 4-1 and 6-1. Ground ball off towards the right side on the 3-2 pitch. Anderson fields and goes to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Keegan Painter. And now Fletcher Coleman may be coming out. Bringing yet another pitching change. Pitching changes, again, brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. New pitcher coming in the game. Top of the 6th, 2 outs, nobody on. 10-1 the score. Medford with the lead. 1 minute timeout. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
New pitcher in the game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts is Logan Anderson, the right-hander from Umpqua Valley Christian that just recently graduated into the game, as this is popped out of play. Out in left field, it's Ryan Shaver. Second base is now Tegan Sprague. The 0-2 pitch. Bounces in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Logan Anderson wastes no time. Fires a 1-2 pitch that is flown in the air out towards right field. Pretty deep. Flora back. Makes the catch for the final out. 3 up, 3 down. The Mustangs go in the top of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of 6. The score is 10-1. Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you can be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. You can stop by on West Harvard Avenue. Dr. Stewart's trailing by 9. They kept the game alive last inning, and let's see what they do with that extra life. 6 outs to work with to try to score 9 runs or more and come from behind against the Medford Mustangs. Stranger things have happened, including Medford scoring 11 runs against the Doc Stewarts down in Medford. Who knows what Roseburg does here, as there's the first pitch. It's fouled away by Paxton Burke. 0-1. Incredible sunset here today with the lightning and thunderstorms expected around Douglas County, not necessarily in Roseburg, but there is about a 20% chance, and you get some remarkable clouds down here. The 0-1, it's taken outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. It is so beautiful outside at the moment. 1-1 pitch. Burke takes it. Low. 1-1. Or 2-1, I should say. It's so nice, I might even have to go outside and take a photo. It's that type of day. In the meantime, we'll do as Burke flies it out towards left field, a long run. And Sickler drops it. Burke is taken off towards second. The throw comes in late. So it'll be a leadoff error. And E7 puts a runner at first base. Rather, at second base. This is the 3rd error of the game for Medford.
Next batter, number 4, Logan Anderson.
Logan Anderson will come in with a runner in scoring position at second base. Anderson, the pitcher now, moving over from second base. Takes a pitch high, 1-0. 10-1 the score. Nobody out, a runner in scoring position. Ayers have helped Roseburg offensively in this game number 2. Docs won game number 1. They were looking to go 2-500 with win in game number 2. Struggling so far. 1-0 in for a strike, 1-1. 3 runs last inning in the 5th. 4 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 1st for Mustangs. Roseburg, 1 run in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch to Logan Anderson is chopped towards third. McFall charges, fields, throws across the diamond, gets the out there, and Burke ends up at third base. 5-3 ground out. Brings up Cal Robbins. Scratch that, it's Tegan Sprague.
Next batter, number 9, Tegan Sprague.
So Sprague into the game. The second baseman takes a pitch for a strike. 0-1. Sprague, his first at bat today. Did not appear in game number 1. Takes a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch, Sprague checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sprague from Umpqua Valley Christian. Robbins was 0 for 2 with the strikeout and flyout. The hero in game number 1. As Sprague grounds it towards third, McFall will field and go to first base on 1 hop. He gets it there. That's 1 run coming in as Burke is in to score from third. And actually an E5, they say. Well, I think it got away from the first baseman, Laurie. So that's the second error of the inning by Medford. And makes it 10-2. Foul territory, first base side. Malari makes the catch right next to the dugout to rob Daniel Withers of an opportunity of getting a second pitch. Brings up Jake Johnson, 10-2 the score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runner at first. Johnson, the Southwest Conference Player of the Year. Single and a ground out to second so far. Johnson takes the pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Sprague leading off from first. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Johnson. 1-1 from Roundtree. Game number 2 of the doubleheader. Again, a doubleheader tomorrow against the Challengers, then Wednesday through Sunday at the Papa's Pizza Tournament in Eugene. 1-1 pitch is down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Roundtree ready. 2-1. Johnson fouls it away. 1-2. Haven't seen too many games this late at Champion Car Wash Field. This might honestly be the latest game I've been a part of here at this ballpark. Can't think of any that started later than 7. 1-2. Ground ball off towards the right side. And it's another error. It's off the mitt of Painter. Maybe we'll credit it as a hit. Could go either way. Kind of deep in the hole, and the first baseman was away from the bag.
Next batter, number 13, Dane St. Clair.
Either way, Dane St. Clair will get another opportunity with 2 on and 2 out. St. Clair has reached base safely twice, including a single last inning, and he came in to score. Takes the pitch inside. A little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes. Had an infield hit, ended up at first base, and then advanced to third thanks to an error. The errors are piling up for Medford. 4 errors in game number 2 for the Mustangs. Yet they lead 10-2. 1-0 pitch, grounder towards first base. At first base, Malari fields and taps on the bag to end the inning. 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 run, and 2 left stranded. We now head to the 7th inning. It is 10-2. It is Medford with the lead here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Doc Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
First batter for the Mustangs to lead off the top of the seventh inning, number 14, Brady Patterson.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field for the top of the seventh inning, looking at the game changer. They credited that last play as a hit, so it was 3 errors and 2 runs with 2 left stranded. 1 ball and no strikes from Logan Anderson in the top of the seventh inning. Anderson will wind and fire. The pitch comes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Brady Patterson, Cade Patterson, and Easton Curtis do up. Batters 8, 9, and 1. Top of the seventh inning, the 2-0 pitch from Anderson inside. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Anderson from Umpqua Valley Christian. Waste no time, the 3-0. Down and inside, and that's going to be a walk. Leadoff walk to Brady Patterson. But the runner at first base. Anderson just trying to get it into the zone. Trying to get some outs. Put it in play. Let the defense do the work. Patterson pops it up out towards the third base side. Withers watches it go into the bleachers. 0-1. Trying to think if I'd seen the lights on at this ballpark before, and actually thinking about it now, it was with Logan Anderson on the field and Ty Helmthal as well. Came here and watched Umpqua Valley Christian take on Marist. That was a fun game. 1A Umpqua Valley Christian and 4A Marist. A good competitive game. Throw back towards first base. Back there safely is Patterson. The 0-1. It's high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Patterson. Single, walk, and a strikeout. The 1-1 outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Anderson working out of the stretch. 2-1. It's inside and it hits the batter. Hit by pitch. We'll put 2 on. A walk and a hit by pitch to start this inning for the Medford Mustangs. Nobody out and 2-1. Easton Curtis coming to the plate.
Next batter, number 3, Easton Curtis.
Double, ground out, RBI single, 2 runs scored and a strikeout. First pitch, Curtis follows through, swings right through it, 0-1. Approaching 2 hours into this ball game. Couple of long ones today. Anderson steps off the mound and gets back on. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch from Anderson. Fouled back. Gets ahead. No balls and 2 strikes to Curtis. Medford looking to close this game out. Maybe add on to their lead. Extra insurance before the bottom of the 7th inning. 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Medford, they have a few days off. On Thursday, they play Susanville. Pitch low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Friday, they have a doubleheader against the NBO Scorpions and Northwest Royals. Saturday, a doubleheader versus North Valley Yard Goats and Yuba City Stripers. Pitches outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Easton Curtis. So that's what's ahead for the Medford Mustangs. Payoff pitch. Curtis takes inside, and it's a walk. Bases loaded, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. A walk, a hit by pitch, and another walk to load them all up. Patterson to third, Patterson to second, and Curtis at first base. Jackson Rosenthal swings and lines it into left field for a base hit. He has his 4th hit of the game. And he drives in his 4th run as well, and he makes it 11-2. Still nobody out. Lead back up to 9 for the Mustangs, and a chance for more. Infield comes in with the bases loaded. Keller Bloodworth, couple of hits, a fielder's choice play, 3 total hits, 4 times on base safely. Takes a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Dr. Stewart's just trying to get through this inning and get the offense back up and give them a chance. The 0-1 outside. Good stop by Bowers behind the plate. One ball and 1 strike in this 9-run game. 1-1. Hit in the air out towards left field. Coming in is the left fielder. He dropped the ball. Throw comes in, and there's no home. It's an air out in left field by Ryan Shaver. Bloodworth ends up at first base with the air, and the lead is back to 10, 12-2. So everybody had to move up a base. Patterson to third. Patterson comes in to score. Curtis goes to second. Scratch that. Patterson already came in to score. Pedersen came in to score from third. Curtis advances to third. Rosenthal to second. And Bloodworth at first base. Pitches in for a strike to Sean McFall in this 12-2 ball game. It's the 3rd error of the game defensively for the Dr. Stewarts. This is popped in the air out towards right field and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes in this 10-run game in the top of the 7th. Game that has dragged on. The Dr. Stewart scoring 1 run in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. The 1 in the 5th extended the game, in large part thanks to an error by Medford that sent Dane St. Clair from first base to third base on a throwback that shouldn't have been. The 0-2 hit out towards left field. Another fly ball. Shaver catches it this time. Staying at third base is the runner in Curtis. First out is recorded. Bases loaded, and now looking for a double play is Logan Anderson.
Now batting number 8, Tristan Mallory.
Tristan Mallory, hitless in game number 2, had the bases clearing triple in game number 1. They made it 4-3 after it was 4-0. Roseburg pitches outside, 1 ball and no strikes, and he has another opportunity with the bases loaded here. 1-0 pitch. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes from Logan Anderson. 2-0 pitch. It's looked at for a strike. 2-1. Anderson's 2-1 pitch. Mallory thought about offering, did not. It's low. 3 balls and 1 strike, and Anderson's in danger of walking in a run. 3-1. It's low, and there's a run. RBI walk for Tristan Mallory. Rosenthal advances to third as Curtis comes in to score. Bloodworth advances to second, and it's 13-2. Bases still loaded as the first pitch misses. 1 ball and no strikes to Grady Sickler. He's 2 for 4 with a couple of singles ground out and a fly out. Fouls away the 1-0 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anderson delivers a 1-1 pitch that's grounded through the 5-6 hole into left field. That scores 1 more run as Rosenthal is in to score. Bloodworth advances to third. Malari to second. And it is now 14-2. Medford pouring it on late. 14th hit of the game, 14th run of the game as well. Keegan Painter now comes up, the 9th batter of the inning. Still just 1 out, takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Painter, a single, a walk, a fly out, and a sac bunt. The 0-1. Takes it for a strike. 0-2. Anderson ready for the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Ground ball through the 5-6 hole into left field. That's another hit and another run. It is 15-2 now. Medford with the lead. My golly, no mercy. The Mustangs have batted around. Brady Patterson coming back up to the plate. His second plate appearance this inning. Reached on a walk to start. Swings and misses. 0-1. Bases still loaded. 1 out in the inning. Feels like distant memory ago. Roseburg walking it off. The 0-1. It's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch hits the batter as Brady Patterson is going to have to try to limp his way towards first base as he takes it on the knee and he slowly makes his way to first base. Hit by pitch brings in another run. It is a 14-run game. It is 16-2. Now I believe it's Sostera out there. It might be A.J. Doolittle. It is Doolittle. So Doolittle walks out there. Tries to give some words of encouragement to Logan Anderson. Eleventh batter of the inning, and Cade Patterson was hit by a pitch earlier. Oh, we got a new batter. Scratch that, it's still Pedersen. So a pinch runner instead of a pinch hitter. Trying to see who it is. I think it's Dominic Daffrin. Swing and fouled off by Pedersen. It is Dominic Daffrin out at first base, pinch running for Brady Patterson. Pitch low, 1 ball and 1 strike to Cade Pedersen. Still 1 out with the bases loaded, 6 runs in already. Pitch in for a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 16-2, Medford with the lead. A 14-run lead for the Mustangs. 1-2 pitch. Pedersen goes down swinging as he slams the bat on the ground with frustration for the second out. Brings up the top of the order again, Easton Curtis. 2 outs, bases loaded. Six runs on just 3 hits in the inning. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Anderson fires in a pitch that's grounded towards the left side. Burke fields, and actually it goes under his mitt into left field. Another hit and another run. It is 17-2. Looked like a typical Paxton Burke type of play where he fields and tries to go to third to get the lead out there. But it just somehow avoided his mitt. Keegan Painter advances to third base. Daffer into second, and Curtis at first. 13th batter of the inning here in the 7th. Jackson Rosenthal with 4 hits and 4 RBIs stands in. Seven runs in the inning. First pitch. Takes it for a strike, 0-1. They actually credited that last play an error on Burke. Been an error-filled day in game number 2. 9 combined errors. 5 errors for Medford and 4 for Roseburg. As there's another ground ball into left field, another run comes in for Medford. It is 18-2. No mercy at all. The Mustangs just keep on hitting. I mean, going into the inning, said it, they were coming to the plate for a chance at extra insurance, and they're just pouring it on. Pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. To the 4-hole hitter, Keller Bloodworth. 3 hits in this inning. Had reached on an error. Pitch in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases still loaded, 2 outs. They had an 8-run lead. 8 more runs have come in to double it. The lead is up to 16. Bloodworth fouls it away. 1-2. Ball ricochets off the empty bleachers. Crowd has filed out a little bit. Still some fans in attendance. 1-2 is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anderson in danger of walking in another run. Thirteenth batter of the inning. 3-2. Ground ball towards short. Burke fields. He goes across the diamond and gets the final out there. In total, 8 runs come in on a couple of errors and 5 hits. So we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 18-2. Medford with the lead. Doc's coming up to hit on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com and the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
(18-2) the score in the bottom of the 7th inning. Yeah, it's Medford with the lead. Doc Stewart's with some work to do. Freeman Roundtree, his day is done. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both unearned with no walks and 2 strikeouts. Doc Stewart's are going to have the bottom of the order. Taj Flora, Amos Bowers, and Ty Hellenthal due up. Set to face off against the new pitcher in Jake Lewis. Pitching changes brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Roseburg. If your garage doors are broken or just need updating, make the call to the Overhead Door Company of Roseburg for a change. They also provide full-service repairs. Visit overheaddoor.com. 18-2, Medford with the lead after an 8-run top of the 7th inning. Stretched the lead from 8 to 16. Stewie's looking to swing it. As it looks like a pitch is in for a strike to Tegan Sprague. So Sprague at the plate. No balls and 1 strike from Jake Lewis. Lewis's pitch is grounded foul towards the third base side. 0-2. So Sprague is leading things off. Looks like it is Amos Bowers on deck. 0-2 bounces in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So much excitement after the walk-off hit in game number 1, and it's all been forgotten about, it feels like. Here in game number 2. 1-2 is inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. More than a couple of hours ago, elation on the field. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball off towards the left side. Backhanded at shortstop by Bloodworth. The throw to first in time to get Sprague. 6-3 ground out. The Docs have 2 outs to work with to try to score 16 runs. Brings up Amos Bowers. 6-3 ground out and a pop up to first base for Bowers. Lewis, the right-hander on the mound from South Medford, delivers a first pitch strike, 0-1. Second team All-Southwest Conference pitcher with South Medford this past spring, a returner to the Mustangs, 0-1. Bowers puts it in the air out towards center field. Easton Curtis comes in and makes the catch. 2 away. 2 up, 2 down to start for Jake Lewis on the mound as he's looking for a perfect inning. And now another pinch hitter.
Now batting number 15, Ryan Shaver.
Ryan Shaver coming in for Ty Hellenthal. First at bat today for Shaver, who swings and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. 18-2 the score. The Dr. Stewart's down to their final out. No balls and 1 strike from Jake Lewis. The pitch. Shaver fouls it back. And now the Stewies are down to their final strike. Shaver trying to keep the game alive. The 0-2. Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good news is for the Dr. Stewarts is tomorrow they got the doubleheader, so a quick turnaround. Chance to quickly forget about this one. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Ground out foul behind the plate. So Shaver stays alive. 2-2 from Lewis. Swing and a miss. And that's the ball game. A 3-up, 3-down inning for the Dr. Stewart's offensively. Medford wins game number 2. A final score of 18-2. We'll take our final timeout when we come back. The post-game show. 3-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1498.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
It wasn't until 1925 that the American Legion gave birth to its first youth program, and that was American Legion Baseball. And the emphasis was on citizenship and sportsmanship.
Travel ball, a lot of the times you go and you play and it's kind of just more of an individual game. But in Legion Baseball, it's more of a team working towards a goal, and I really appreciate that.
That you're playing for something more than just yourself. You're playing for all the past veterans who have served. You're playing for the people who are still serving in the military. And it's a huge honor to be part of this program.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
D.R. Johnson Lumber Company, a forward-thinking family company, has been operating in the Douglas County community for over 60 years. Founded by Don R. Johnson, the man who set the tone of commitment to these local communities by providing stable, long-term employment. D.R. Johnson Lumber Company understands the significance of investing in our youth because they are the foundation of our future. That's why they're a proud supporter of Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. Come watch the Docs swing some lumber with D.R. Johnson Lumber Company. Go Docs!
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
18-2, the final score in this one. The loss is going to go to Camden Hartzell. The win is going to go to Freeman Roundtree. Roundtree, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both unearned with no walks and 2 strikeouts. Camden Hartzell, 3 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, 4 were earned with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Fletcher Coleman came in, pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits with 3 runs. They were all unearned with 2 walks and a strikeout. Logan Anderson, 1 1/3 innings pitched with 5 hits, 8 runs. 5 were earned with 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and a strikeout. Offensively for the Dr. Stewarts, 1 for 3 was Jake Johnson, and 2 for 3 was Dane St. Clair. The Dr. Stewarts finished with just 3 hits overall and 4 errors defensively. Despite having 5 errors defensively, Medford wins by 16. Offensively for them, Jackson Rosenthal, 5 for 6 with 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Had a couple of extra base hits as well. Easton Curtis went 2 for 5 with 3 runs and RBI. Keller Bloodworth, 4 for 6, 3 runs, 3 RBIs. Grady Sickler went 3 for 5 with a run and an RBI. Keegan Painter went 2 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. The Medford Mustangs are now 20-3 on the season, 6-2 in Area 4 play. Roseburg, 8-10 and 2-4 in Area 4 play. The Mustangs will be back in action coming up on Thursday, while the Dr. Stewarts are back in action tomorrow, 11:45 a.m. We're going to have the pregame show. Joey Keyran going to have the call for that one. He's back to the mic coming up tomorrow, and hopefully some good news coming for the Dr. Stewarts. They have a doubleheader against the Eugene Challengers. Couple of Area 4 games ahead for the Dr. Stewarts. Again, 11:45, the pregame show. Game number 2 will be 30 minutes after the conclusion of game number 1. Dr. Stewart split the day. They win game number 1 thanks to an RBI hit by Cal Robbins. They got off to a great start. Won that one 5-4 after starting up 4-0. Almost blew it in the 6th. 4 runs came in for the Stangs, but In the bottom of the 7th, the Doc Stewarts got that one run after Paxton Burke reached on a walk, stole second base, and Cal Robbins singled him home. 18-2, the final. Special thanks to everybody that made this broadcast possible, to everybody at DCBA setting us up here at the press box, to our producer back in studio, Grady Hamilton. I'm Nate Jarecki saying so long from Champion Car Wash Field. Joey will have the call tomorrow morning at 11:45 a.m. for more Docs baseball.